Hi there, this is Business with Dave. In this video, I'll be telling you how you can turn your baking hobby into a small business. But before I jump into this video, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. You guys are all awesome, and if you haven't already, do subscribe at the end of this video. It'll be much appreciated. But yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So the first thing you want to do, you want to pick yourself a baked good. So whether this is cookies, brownies, croissants, eclairs, breads, anything you are super passionate about, something that you would want to be doing, something you could add a new different variation on. This is where you want to do your research, keep it simple, pick one thing and try and make the best out of it. So if it's the best cookies in town, best cookies in your area. You want to make sure it's special somehow because there's so much competition out there. In order to stand out, you gotta make sure it's better than the supermarket bought or other people has made as well. So do bear that in mind when you do pick the one that you want to choose. The second thing is to add a twist to that baked good idea. So whether it's gluten-free, whether it's vegan, whether it's a Southeast Asian kind of fusion kind of flavors to it. You want to be different, you want to be a little bit creative, but definitely spark the imagination for the customers because everyone knows the Bob standard. For example, chocolate chip cookies. If you could add sort of like a variation, so it could be like a mint chocolate chip cookie, something different, something will get the flavors going, something that will get people thinking, oh, I've never had this combination before, maybe I'll give it a try, and they'll come by. Try to have different variations, so different flavors, so maybe have like 3 to start with, then expand outwards once you get more customers in, get people trying, and you build that customer base. But it's adding that extra twist, giving yourself a little bit of a niche as well, and specialize in it and focus and perfect on it. That way you'll have a USB and you'll be known for creating that special sort of baked good or sweets and stuff like that. So the third thing is to perfect the recipe, and this you can be doing through trial and error. So make your batches, get people to try it, let them give you feedback, and hopefully you can improve on your product as you go along. This is where you are spending a lot of time perfecting it, and you want to make sure it's the finished article before you send it out to customers, because you don't want to be sending half-baked cookies out to people. So do make sure it's great, get constructive feedback from your friends and family, and whatever you could take in to improve your product, this is the time to do it. This is your development stage. This is the beginning stage before you commit to elsewhere. If the recipe is good, if your product is good, and people are willing to buy it, and at a certain price range, then you're onto something. So do focus a lot on the recipes and getting the quantities right, and how much of everything is, so you know the numbers as well. But don't overlook that. The fourth thing is to set up your social media platform. So this is where you utilize the free social media platforms like Instagram, whether it's Snapchat or TikTok, and Facebook and Twitter, whatever ones you want to jump into. You want to make sure that you are posting, getting people talking, building community, and with these free platforms you can take photos, show tutorials, how you make your stuff, and get people buzzing about your product. And I think particularly if you're not launching it straight away, build that interest. If it's something different, get people to follow you, attract other followers, and hopefully once you release it officially and as a pre-release to release, then you already have a set of customers that will potentially give your products a try already, and you're not just opening and where is my orders. So do set up these free platforms, do learn about each platform as well. Each one will act as a different function, so do see it as learning and you doing your research now and seeing what other people are doing. I think that's the most important. If you can look at your other competition or your existing competitors or someone in a different country doing something similar, do see if you can work with it, add your own twist to it, adapt what they've done, because clearly it's doing well for them. You don't have to start from scratch. Do see it as adapting to other people and what the standard is like, and then work with it. because as long as you can build that community, you can build that customer loyalty, keep those posters up to date and get people interesting and buzzing about new products, your existing products, special deals as well. Get those generated interest and people will keep following because it's something they're keen about, and hopefully they'll be repeat customers for the future. The fifth thing is to sell online and share your creations. So whether it is going to be via online where you'll be selling it via post, or whether you'll be doing it in a market store business or selling it to retail shops, this is where you turn your baking hobby into something real and tangible, because ultimately you would hopefully have your branding sorted, have packaging, and getting people to try so people know what it is. And then this is where you are distributing. This is where you're at home maybe or in a unit and you're distributing to people. Do see it as learning experience. You are doing it and learning as you go along, so you're not supposed to know everything straight away, but do take your time with it. Everything will take time. Everything is a step. Everything is a journey. It will be slow when you start as well, when you start selling online, because you're quite new, no one really knows you. But with your social media platform, hopefully you could be building interest anyway. So if you get 1 orders, 2 orders, 3 orders, these are people willing to give you money for your product. So do take that as a sense of pride, and you want to keep it up, get people loyal, and hopefully they will talk to their friends and family about you if your product is A-OK and 100% tasty. But this is an important part because you want to make sure you're distributing and the product gets to the customers how it should be. So whether it is to selling it to shops, so then shops will sell it to their customers, or you sending it straight to the post, straight to the customers the next day or the next 2 days. You want to think of the logistics. Again, do your research, see what other people are doing, what delivery services they are using, and see if you can adapt to that as well. But don't shy away from it. It's something that, even if you're doing a market store or a farmer's market, it's a whole new experience. It's learning. You'll be keep building social skills. You'll be gaining so much confidence. And if you sell a couple, you've already achieved a big milestone, because a lot of people want to start a business and they never get to do it, and then they have that regret. If you already sell 1 or 2 or 3, it means you're onto something, and if it can be improved, you are on to a right track. So don't be discouraged if the first or second day you don't sell anything. It takes time. It literally takes time. If you believe in your product, believe in the type of customers that you are targeting, and once they find you, they will buy from you. Do take that as sense of belief and motivated to keep pushing on. Those 1 orders return to 5 orders to 10 orders, and consistency, that's how it is. So the 6th and final point is to keep it consistent and to continuously improve. Important because you want to make sure your product is always, if you set it as 8 out of 10, you want to be 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. You never want it to be inconsistent where it's 8 to 6 to 7 to 5 to 8. People won't know what they're buying into. So do keep it consistent, keep your quality high as well, because that's why people will pay the big bucks as well, to pay for high quality goods instead of low quality goods. So do keep that consistency. That means you have to have systems, you need to have ingredients measured out to the T, making sure everything tastes right with the right ingredients and you're not cutting corners. Obviously, you can reduce your costs by using different things, but you don't want to ruin the quality. So make sure the quality is always high quality, 8 out of 10. People know what to buy from you and the quality, and that's ultimately you heading into the right direction, because as you continuously improve, if that 8 can be a 9 and that 9 can be a 10, then you're golden. Literally keep improving and then improve another part of your business, maybe expand your product range. But that's how you start a small business. You start from the ground up, so don't think you have to start from having 6 different things and it all have to be perfect. Start with the bare basics, 1, 2, 3 things, do it really well, sell it to people, and then expand like that. Slow organically is always quite easy, and you take your time with it and you're not rushed into something.